I think a good reflection of where the future of Iran stands, whether it be a month from now or a year or 10 years from now, I think the perfect mirror is what the world saw during the Mahsa Revolution. The Iranian people are a progressive, well educated, Western centric, highly cultured, sophisticated people. The Iranian people spoke to the world through Mahsa Amini that the regime does not represent it. The values of the Iranian street are in direct conflict with the values of the regime. And thus, whatever replaces this regime will not be a more militant version of it. Though that is, in fact, exactly what the regime warns in its private diplomacy, telling London, Paris, and Washington that if you don't like us, just imagine some of these thugs that we showcase every now and then. But the Iranian people are not going to stand for that, and they will ultimately produce something that is more representative of their quest. Don't forget, Iran had the region's first constitutional revolution over 100 years ago. Iran had the women's right to vote before Switzerland did. Iran is not accurately seen as it should be. It is a deeply cultured, a deeply thoughtful, sophisticated, educated population. And the Iranian people have a vision for themselves that is absolutely an aberration of what we have in Tehran today. So we do not worry what is to replace it. Now, will elements representing the previous regime be able to return or not? That's up for the Iranian people to determine. But certainly what we have seen is that the regime's record as compared to that of the previous regime is one of a dark, deeply, deeply soiled record in any category: human rights, corruption, civility towards its people. There is no comparison in what the Iranian people experienced prior to this regime. They compare it between a golden era and the dark ages. But the world has been for years past at a loss between what to do. They see an Iranian regime, an evil they've known, and they have been challenged by the fact that they cannot identify a viable, tangible, visible, evident alternative to this regime. That is understandable. But I think at the end of the day, when we look at the attack of Hamas, I think the world must conclude that if you look at the Iranian people, there's a point beyond which you need to have faith in the people themselves to produce the alternative, and for the world not to worry about what might come next. Our leaders, the next leaders of Iran, are in Iran today, young, educated, energetic, selfless, visionary. They want to be part of the world. And once the Iranian regime goes, the world has very, very little to worry about. So the appeal here is trust the Iranian people, support the Iranian people, and they will take care of the Iranian regime themselves.